Hello everybody and welcome back. It is JudiciousFire and I am here with the new hero, Barbarian Rider. The Barbarian Rider is coming out of the wasteland, riding her mechanical frog. Coming after all of us, I hope not too quickly. We're going to check out how this hero functions, exactly what it is she does, how best to utilize her in this game, see if she's worth upgrading, investing in, and see if she's really able to take out heroes one smack at a time. Please hit the subscribe button. We are on our way to 25k subs. Barbarian Rider. She is going to be dealing a massive amount of damage. The only problem is it's all to enemies up in front. So it's like this wave in front of her. If they're not in front of Barbarian Rider at that time, they're not going to take any damage at all. That damage, though, does ignore the damage limits of targets. That's going to be Castle Clash speak for damage caps. Damage caps will be eliminated through this hit. So she'll take out Zephs, she'll take out Doves, Dynamicas, Rune Master when he's in his damage cap form, the whole list. In the next 4 seconds, the hero increases her attack by 126%. Okay, so once that blast first activates, you're going to get then a 4-second buff of attack, 126%, so more than doubling her attack ability. During those 4 seconds, she is going to be reflecting 78% of the damage that she receives. So the majority of the damage that she takes is going to be sent back to the attacker. It has a 6-second cooldown. So there's going to be 2 seconds where she's not buffed with attack, and 2 seconds also where she's not going to have that damage reflect. The hero's attack increases 20% every time she performs a basic attack. The effect stacks onto itself. It cannot be removed. Once she uses the skill, that stacking ends. Okay, so let's say it takes her 5, 6, on average like 6 hits before you activate your skill. That means that it would probably stack up to around another 100% attack boost, somewhere in that neighborhood, 100% attack boost by the time she actually activates her skill. So for 4 seconds, she's going to be getting 126% attack boost. And during the, say, 6 hits that she's in combat, she's going to be maxing out somewhere around 100 or so percent buff to attack as well. Okay, so you're going to be getting 200+% buff when these things are all working in tandem in combination with one another. So it's essentially like a built-in war god. It's essentially like a built-in unholy pact at its most extreme. Okay, so she is definitely a damage dealer or capable of doing that. The fact that she ignores damage limits of targets, that's great. There are some nice damage limit ignorers in this game. Bloody Mary is one of them. Valiant Sanctus is one of them. Our most recent friend Massacre is one of them. Dynamica is one of them. I think that this Barbarian Rider, it's just my take on it. I think this is kind of like what we wanted Massacre to be, but Massacre is so susceptible to conditions in this game that Massacre could never get the party started. Barbarian Rider brings the party with her. So let's take a look at how we have her set up. As talent number 1, I've got a Dragon's Cover. She's very susceptible to Reflect. Even though she has built-in Reflect, she can still receive Reflect in return, especially if she's taking out heroes and smashing them up to hits in the millions. So be careful of that. Dragon's Cover takes care of it. She has no damage reduction built in, and that is a different thing than Reflect. Nowhere in her skill description it mentions attack, mentions Reflect, but there's no damage reduction. Dragon's Cover takes care of all that. It's a really nice talent for her. I think Wicked Armor would be great too, but remember, you're not having any kind of damage reduction effect. So Wicked Armor, Dragon's Cover, terrific. You could do Order Bound Bow on her. You could also do a straight up attack talent, like even like a War God. I would be careful with Unholy Pact. She does not have a damage cap. She can be taken out, especially by heroes like Dynamica. That's why I work in the damage reduction. So Dragon's Cover with a Sacred Light. She's got the built-in attack already. Let the hero's skill do what it's supposed to do. It is not going to be the activation of a single skill event that will take out the enemy. It will be the cumulative effect of multiple skill activations over time in a long battle that will eventually win that war. Allow your heroes to survive and allow them to do their skill. That's what they're designed to do. They can't do that when they're dead. So don't try to make one-shot hero killing heroes. At least not in today's game. The other option that I have, and it seems a little strange, but she is an Autoproc hero. You're going to see the Autoproc effect very much like a Rosaline. It kind of just is an aura around her. She does do the blast out in front. We'll show this in the video in a second. She does the blast out in front there, but she also buffs herself. She is really good in Here Be Monsters and stuff like that. In game modes where you're attacked and you have to defend, she is really good. Because by the time, if you're doing like a advanced stage Here Be Monsters and you're one of those players, and I am as well, give her a try. Stick her in a corner and put an Empower on her, because by the time the Levanicas and Dovekeepers and Zephyricas, when they come out onto the board on that next wave, she's already rocking and rolling and buffed to 200% because of the Empower and the constant buffs that she's given herself. So really, really nice thing. So Wicked Armor, Dragon's Cover, Order Bound Bow, straight up attack talent like a War God. You could run crit on her with a pet, put crit traits on a pet, and you could do maybe a brute force. She would be lethal. For the Empower, I would probably have an insignia of Wicked Armor on there, just to up her. If I'm playing computer game modes, I don't have to worry so much about keeping her alive. I want to kill off the enemy. I've got that new Codex, Adeptness Codex, put there, the square thingamajigger. That crit rate increase is 34%. The crit damage increase is 22%. That's only a level 5. So I got her up to 59. And I don't want to press it too hard on a new hero until I really, really have tested her out and I'm using her on a routine basis. And I don't prioritize brand new heroes in these when they release new stuff like that. So the Adeptness level adds a little bit of health, a little bit of attack, but also gives her a really nice critical component and a really nice crit damage increase. Her pet, choice of pet. Okay, real quick. As quickly as I can possibly muster. Reflect in this game. Reflect is a built-in skill ability on some heroes. Reflect is a talent. Reflect is an insignia. Reflect is an enchantment. Reflect is a pet and series of pets. If a hero like Barbarian Rider has a built-in Reflect, and she does 78% at max skill level, that Reflect cannot stack or add to any talent insignia that I choose to place on Barbarian Rider. If I put a Flame Guard on her, Flame Guard would not add to that 78%. The Flame Guard would be reflecting damage during the 2 seconds that the skill component to that is not operating. But it will not add. Talents and enchantments can add to one another, like a Flame Guard and a Victory Lunge, for example. They will add with one another. Reflect from talents and enchantments will reduce damage caps. She does not have that. She only has the inbuilt Reflect skill ability. skill abilities in this game do add and stack with pets. So, heroes like Ashura, Phobos, Commodora, Barbarian Rider. These are examples of heroes that have such a really nice inbuilt reflect capability that when you add a pet, that also reflects damage, and the two numbers, when added together, equal 100% or higher, you will zero out on damage, and the hero will become invulnerable for as long as that overlap is happening. I put Drogo Pet on. Drogo Pet is going to provide a 65% reflective damage for 4 seconds. She will provide 78% reflective damage for 4 seconds. So for 4 seconds, you will see her taking no damage. Drogo Pet isn't the best pet to put on her. It makes her invulnerable for 4 out of 6 seconds. I wouldn't say that's the best pet to put on her, but for certain circumstances and certain uses, this is another tool in the toolbox. It can be done with many other heroes too, as long as there is an inbuilt skill description letting reflect be one of the components. You can add it to a pet. Works also with the Cold Drake pets who have built-in reflect. She's at level 50 Epic Hero Relic System. This is what I got. I hit the button until I saw mostly blue. I'm not going to waste my gems. I'm not going to chase that rabbit hole. You have to reset the whole darn thing. I'm just going to keep it as it is. If I start using Barbarian Rider, on a daily basis in this game, sure, I'll try to get it to exactly what I want, but I'm not going to drive myself nuts over it. I got crit resist. I got some dodge. I don't see how dodge helps her in any way, but I have some dodge. In game modes that I'm playing just against the computer, hey, she's invulnerable in an insane dungeon. Look at it that way. We've got equipment. Oh, I'm using the new Imbued Battle Axe, baby. The Imbued Battle Axe is the new enchantment. And oftentimes in this game, they'll release a new talent or a new enchantment. At the same time, they release a certain hero, and it's like they're built for one another. It was that way with Mahatma and Zealous Drive came out at the exact same time. This is one of those ones where I felt it. I felt the tingling. I knew it was made exactly for Barbarian Rider. She is going to increase her attack by 48%. Okay, all of these attack buffs add on to one another. When attacking, and she's always going to be doing that. I don't have to worry about that. She is going to make the enemy take 45% more damage. And she breaks damage caps. She's also going to remove 72 energy from them. It's going to have a 6-second cooldown. It's a 6-second cooldown on the amount of damage multiplier that the enemy takes. She will always be receiving 48% attack buff. Wow, that's nice. And traits, only one way to go. Pure accuracy. You've got to have accuracy. She's an attacker. She's a hero killer. She's got attack bonuses coming at her ears. Why on earth wouldn't you give her a pair of shoes? Let her do her job. She's got to hit. You've got to have an accuracy level of minimum 20,000 if you're out raiding bases in like the couple of million might range. You should have an accuracy level of 30,000, quite honestly, if you don't want to miss every once in a while. And with buffs and whatnot, hey, accuracy level of 40,000, that never hurt. Nobody ever complained. Let's take a look at one or two more aspects of her, and then let's try her out. We have her with her skin. It is the perfect pairing. She's at level 20 of 30. Doesn't matter if you are equipping the skin or not, you will always get the bonuses that are displayed there under skin attributes. Let's take a look at her attributes and see where we got her stats at this point. All right, here we have 144,000 base attack. Base as in foundational numeric multiplier. This is what's going to get multiplied when you have war gods and you have all these attack buffs and all that. When it says, hey, 200% the hero's attack, that's that sword at the top. So she's got like 140,000 right there. If I were to take Drogo Pet, and Drogo Pet doesn't add to that number in any way. Let's go back to the number. 140, let's say 144-ish is where we are. Drogo Pet's not going to change that number in any way. Let's put in the Mutant Radiant Hawk. Mutant Radiant Hawk is not an attack pet, but it's a pet that has traits, and some of those traits can be attack. I have some attack on my Mutant Radiant Hawk. Now let's look at the number. We're at almost 160,000. We went from 144,000 to 160,000 attack. Don't be misled in this game. 160,000 base foundational attack multiplied by all of these attack bonuses, that isn't going to be enough, or not nearly as much as Punching Box, who's going to give you 120% attack bonus. So whatever all the total numbers are, add that, double it. Okay, that's basically what that's going to do. And Drogo, while it will not change her statistics, it will take those statistics and it will double them to the tune of 100% bonus. So look at pets as another tool in the toolbox, choosing the right one. Choosing the right one for the right situation, the right game mode. Here, the fact that she zeroes out on damage for a certain amount of time and gets 100% attack bonus, I am perfectly fine with having 144,000 attack rather than 160 plus. All right, we are at nearly 3.9 million health. She has slow attack speed, slow as a grocery cart on Sunday. She has a decent movement speed. Not super fast, but a decent. Accuracy at 24,000. I can add pets that have accuracy, sure. But let's see how this works. Got decent dodge. That's because of her hero relics. Crit is basically non-existent, but I have that new Adeptness thing, and we'll increase it by another 30+%. Crit damage will be added to it. Crit resist is unbelievable. 8,500 crit resist. Friend, you would have to have 85-25 plus crit in order to be critting on my Barbarian Rider. Wow. So, hey, not bad, not bad. Let's check her out in a couple of different game modes, and then let's go out, test her on some of the top heroes. Okay, let's try her. Autoproc. Center of the base. Hero trials. You can see that she puts out that blast of energy, Autoproc, and it ignores all damage caps. But you can also see she gets a spinning golden circle, little like golden coins or flames below her. That's all of her attack buffs. This is why she's so good in things like a HBM. As soon as the bad guys come onto the board, she's already prepared to eat them. How's she doing against these guys? Let me speed this up. Probably smash up the base. I probably chose too many Triantars. Should have chose half as many Triantars since they all revive once. Okay. Yeah, it's just trees just beating away on the bases. Just beating away. That's really happening. You can see, whoa, she took out everybody. Look at her range. Whoa. What a range. Okay, so from there out to there, from the center of the base out to those trees, you're looking at about maybe 18 squares. 18 square range. Wow. Not bad. I think with an Empower, she would be a very good base defender. Also, if you had like an Athene to give her energy, I think it would be great. Let's test her out against a couple different heroes. Okay, we're going to be running some experiments on the Collector's base. This is one of our top players here on iOS. Friend of the game who said I could attack his base today, and that is exactly what I want to try to do. I asked him to put these 4 heroes in place. This is not his typical base defense. Only 4 out of 6 heroes. I wanted one in every corner and see how it went. And no empower and no autoproc to kind of mess with the results. Just kind of go around the board, go around the clock, and try each one of these out. We've got Dovekeeper, who's got a damage cap and is a heck of a killer. We've got Zeph, damage cap, heck of a killer. We've got Colossus, who is as tanky a hero as Castle Clash has ever put out. And we also have Dynamica. And let's leave Dinah for last. Let's try Dove first. Now, my build on Barbarian Rider is the following. I've put the Dragon's cover back on, and I put a Sacred Light. I also have Drogo Pet. This is about as defensive a build as you could possibly go with Barbarian Rider. If we need to increase attack, we will see. This is going to be Dove with a Brave Croc Pet. So we're going to get hit hard when we first put out on the board. Let's see how we do. Wow. Took out Dove. Okay, what did that show us? That showed us that Barbarian Rider should be given some defensive capability. Defensive capability like Sacred Light, Dragon's Cover, so she doesn't get killed right away. So she's actually able to take these hits and let her skill do the work for her. Wow. Oh my gosh. Whoa. These are max out heroes. Okay, so against a breakthrough 35 Dynamica with Drogo Pet, giving him a huge attack increase and reflect capability. What is happening? Okay, we're going up against our man. I think maybe... What? I don't know what's going to happen. We might be at a standstill against Dinah. We'll come back to this Dinah in a second. If nothing happens, I'll pause and I'll come back in a moment. Okay, we ended up timing out against the Dynamica. It was really a standstill. Dinah just wasn't going down. Any damage that I did, he'd heal back up. Let's try the Colossus side. Against our buddy Colossus. Got the new pet on there. I believe I'll be taking more damage. You can see Colossus is pretty sturdy. Whoa, he's gone. Gone. This is with a Dragon's Cover and a Sacred Light. Oh my gosh. Does she kill Love Doves too? Yes, she does. She clears Love Doves as well. Let's try one more time against Dynamica. I think we're going to keep coming back to this corner. Alright, one more time against Dinah. You can see that he's got, either a Dragon's Cover or a Wicked Armor, because it's 5,000 damage reflect. So the reflect that Dynamica is taking from Barbarian Rider is capped at 5,000. You see the health dropping, but then, it starts coming back up again. Barbarian Rider has no healing capability. It would be very good to have some kind of healing process, some kind of healing capability. I end up getting smoked. Let's try again from a different angle. We're going to go right at Dinah this time. This is the change I made. I kept the Dragon's Cover. I then put Order-Bound Bow Insignia on there to give another 200% attack bonus. Kept Drogo Pet. Only change I made was to the Insignia. I took off the Sacred Light. Now let's see if that makes a difference in the amount of damage that we take. We're dead. Let's try it again. Second time with the order-bound bow. Let's see if we don't have a little bit better luck this time. You can see the zeros, that all the times that we're invulnerable. But for those few seconds where we are vulnerable, we are taking so much massive damage that we're getting ourselves killed. This is the illustration of why damage reduction is so important in this game. Allow her to use her natural skill ability, and don't worry about pushing the attack so hard. Let's come back with a different kind of build, maybe a little bit of a blend. So after a lot of trial and error and experimentation, I've come up with this particular build. We'll see how this works. Taking on Zeph. Let's get one more skill activation. Zeph goes bye-bye. Let's get a little bit of a heal in, hopefully. Yes, we do. Okay, Barbarian Rider has no healing capability. I have kept the dragon's cover, and I put in a healing repost. And that provides invulnerability when the... Wow, Dove's gone. When the health drops low, it provides a true damage strikes, rapid fire. So that's excellent too. Gonna go into invulnerable. Now we get a nice heal. Gets that heal going. Still allows me to use a dragon's cover and get some damage reduction. If I didn't have damage reduction, I'd get vaporized pretty quickly. And this is kind of where I end up leaving off, no matter what the build is. I don't think that solo she's going to be a hero that is able to take out a top Dynamica. Yeah, you can go raiding around the countryside with her and kill off Dynamicas, but friends, those aren't well-built Dynamicas. And this is a well-built Dynamica. You can see that every time the guy ends up taking a little bit of damage, he heals back up again. And it's just this constant thing. They'll be calling the lunch, they'll be ringing the lunch bell by the time this battle's over. So we know that our friend Barbarian Rider can do a nice job against the toughest damage capped heroes in the game, but solo has a tough time against a well-built Dyna. The Collector, I thank you very much for the use of your base, and let's continue on, and let's just try a couple of general random raids and see what we get into. Try Phoenix D9K's base. We've got a Rambard, a Walla. That'll be really tough. We have to take them out. And then a bunch of epic heroes as well as a Boreal Fox, a Dynamica. I think taking out Walla would be in our best interest. Let's give that a try. Got the healing riposte, got the dragon's cover. Got Drogo Pet. If we can take out Walla, we'll be in a lot better shape. See how this next thing... Took out half his health with that strike. You can see we're zeroing out on damage because of Drogo Pet. Got him. You know what? This is a very good hero. I quite honestly, I haven't really been able to say that for a little while. This is a very, very good hero. This is a hero that's out alone. You wouldn't be doing this. These are absolute top bases and top heroes that we're killing off. It's because this hero is designed in a way that she can perform well. Instead of doing 6 different things to an average level, she's doing one thing really, really well. And that's hero killing. She's having a stinking barbecue. You pair her up with a Rambard on your team, a Walla, a Dynamica of your own. Holy smokes, maybe the hero killing days in Castle Clash are coming back. Man. You can see that she always parks herself next to Dynas, though. This is where you need a team. I've seen enough for now. We've been experimenting for like 2 days on this hero, checking out what she can do. It looks as though she is going to be one of our real nice additions to the game. I'm thrilled with the results. Barbarian Rider. Okay, here's what you should do. Give her a Dragon's Cover or a Wicked Armor. If you're going to go Wicked Armor, make sure you have a Sacred Light on there somewhere. If you're going to go Dragon's Cover, then you can have a whole host of different things. You could do a Sacred Light and have a real tanky build where she's sturdy. She'll do plenty of damage on her own using her skill. You can really push it in certain circumstances and increase her attack capability. You can give her the ability to heal with like a Healing Riposte or a Blade Dance or a Vampiric Grail. Just make sure that there is some damage reduction on there somewhere. I would make the case also for a Holy Conviction enchantment. Not necessarily the new enchantment like I chose, but Holy Conviction would take care of some of that damage reduction for you. So make sure you have a little sprinkle of damage reduction. If you want to put a little sprinkle of healing suppression or attack in there, that's terrific. Put her on a nice team with a great healer, and you don't have to worry about her healing. Put her on a nice team that provides reflect, like a Rambard team, and she'll be even more of a reflector, even more tanky. And even solo, she performs very, very well. I gotta say, this is a very, very good hero. This is a hero that I'm actually going to be using. Too many heroes guard the warehouse, guard the hero's altar, and just kind of watch the door. I invite you in, Barbarian Rider, to get the party started. Bring your mechanical frog, bring your fruit juice packets, and friend, I'll bring the granola bars. Good job, IGG, on Barbarian Rider. I can't wait to try her out in so many different game modes as the game unfolds. I hope you are all enjoying your clashing. I will see you on the next video, and check you later. Bye.